Let me tell you something, brother. Welcome to the Real Weird Sickos podcast, live from Sicko Town, Weirdsville, USA. Or was it Weirdstown and Sickoville? I don't remember. Anyway, with me, as always, Jenna Dojens. How we doing?
Hey, good.
Happy New
How are
Year,
you?
Jenna.
Happy New Year. This is the first episode of 2023. What's
Hooray!
going on? Let's go.
2023, the year of the Real Weird Sickos. I am Charles Kahn, the mask bastard, the most electrifying man in online entertainment. Woo! Let's go, Real Weird Sickos. Me and Jenna.
Let me tell you, that was pretty good considering Charles is tired right now.
Oh, Jenna.
Stick a fork in him. But you know what? He's here.
You think I'm sleepy?
He's
I don't know the
bringing
meaning of
it.
the word sleep. Sleep is for losers. You don't actually have to sleep. You can just keep on working. Well, I'm working right now, Jenna. Maybe I'm working on two different things at all times. Maybe I got to ride around on stilts, walk around on stilts all day, juggling. Maybe that's what I do.
You can die of exhaustion without. Isn't that weird? You could die of exhaustion if you don't sleep.
How long can you go without sleep?
It depends. It depends on how good your cardiac function is. It's
yeah. What if you're just sitting
how
there
fit you
like
are.
in a like almost a vegetative? I like that this is where we're going, where you sit there in like warm water or something, just completely like not moving, just eyes wide open. Okay. Maybe they're clockwork orange open with toothpicks or something.
Okay.
And you're awake. And you're not really burning a whole lot of calories. You're just kind of chilling. How long can you stay awake without dying?
I think that you probably could end up falling asleep even with your eyes peeled open, clockwork orange style. Definitely.
Yeah. What would be,
I think
what's the world record?
It's definitely something. I have no. Let's look this up.
Yeah, look that up. World record.
But they have to know that they're not lying, so they had to be watched. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
World.
Well, Guinness takes that very seriously. If I'm remembering the story of the Guinness Book of World Records correctly, those bozos would argue in the bar in Ireland about, who's got more potatoes or whatever they argue about in Ireland.
The longest time a human has gone without sleep is 11 days and 25 minutes. The world record was set by an American, Randy Gardner, in 1963.
Wow.
17 days.
17 days. Oh, my goodness. I thought you said 11 days. Woo.
No, 11. I'm sorry, 11 days, and it was a 17-year-old.
He was.
My brain's not working right.
17 years old. Stayed up for 7 or 17. Stayed for 11.
He was just a healthy boy.
And this was in the 60s.
Yeah. So I think if somebody that was, I don't know, a little bit older, poor health,
you think
probably
he was
couldn't
on,
manage that.
Some sort of crazy benzo, like a fighter pilot.
The thing about it is like if it's somebody that it's like, if only Guinness would like follow around like a crackhead or somebody on like heroin or speed.
Well, see,
not heroin, but on speed, where they're just like completely following him around and they're completely going like meth head, speed head crazy. I bet you that world record would be doubled if they followed around like a total crackhead. I guarantee.
They've got to have. There were those fighter pilots, right? It was World War II, the Nazi fighter pilots. That was, I think that's where the meth comes from, the super benzo stuff, like those hard stimulants. They wanted the dudes to be able to stay up for days, and that was where meth come from. So they would have meth candy bars. And there's
Isn't
a YouTube
that funny
guy.
How everything comes from like military shit.
Yes, there's a YouTube guy who like eats old MREs. And he had the MRE. He had an MRE that was an old one, and he bites into some chocolate, not realizing what he was biting into. And you see his hands visibly start to shake as he's trying to eat the rest of this like MRE. Oh, that's a good piece of tape. Oh, Real Weird Sickos will love that one.
We should get him on the podcast and ask him about that experience. Which one was that? Okay, because I'm thinking there's a few MRE guys.
This guy, he smoked the cigarette. It was like an old timey, like falling apart cigarette. Like some of these guys that eat the MREs are just,
The guy that I usually watch, I can't remember what his name is, and he uses like. He'll open old canned food, too. Oh. He doesn't usually eat it, and he opens like M&Ms from like the 80s, and then he'll eat the old MREs too. So I don't think it was that guy because I think this guy is straight edge and probably won't smoke. But we have to get like an MRE guy on at some point.
I told the story about the time we chewed bubble gum from the 80s?
No.
We were at a party or something, and a gal come in, and she was just so happy with this little jean jacket. I remember it being like this really, like not quite corduroy, but it was a jean jacket. And she was just so pleased with this. Oh, this was my mom's jacket. She hasn't worn it in years. I found it back in the back of a closet. And she found a pack of juicy fruit in a pocket that was sealed. And she's like, this has to be from like the 80s. And we looked at it. The expiration date was like 1988.
Oh my God.
And I said, I will chew a piece of that bubble gum right now. Please hand it to me. Took it, opened it up, put it in my mouth, and as soon as I closed my mouth, the entire stick of gum just turned into like powder. It was just
rip.
Instantly. Yeah.
That's too bad because it was sealed. Like you would think that it would have had like some kind of chance, but I guess the preservatives weren't as powerful as they are now.
Yeah, the jean jacket gal, she tried a piece of it too, and she just instantly started retching. Started doing that stuff, so she put it in her mouth. It's like Yoshi. When Yoshi eats something he doesn't like
the cactus, if you accidentally have him try to eat a cactus, then he's like, ugh. We did the good insane. And he has that like little look on his face that is just like really, really bad.
Shit.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You think they're punching Yoshi in the back of the head, or you think, what do you think of that?
I thought he had like,
because it looks.
What the fuck are those called? He had, what are those called? Like the thing
Spurs?
That goes like on the mouth. No, the thing that goes like on a horse's mouth.
Bridle.
A bridle. I thought it was always like a bridle.
Well,
wasn't it?
If
was
you
it not
look
a bridle?
at it on the Super Nintendo, there's debate amongst assholes online. You know, the real rogue scholars. Whether or not Super Mario is punching Yoshi in the back of the head to make him stick out his tongue and eat stuff. Or if Mario is just doing who is Howard Dean? One of those. If he's doing like a Superman fist.
I'm gonna go with that he's not punching him in the back of the head.
It sure looks like it.
I don't think Yoshi would take that kind of shit.
You think Yoshi would be? Because if you watch the cartoon, Yoshi talks like this, and I don't like this. I'm afraid, Mario.
Think about this. Yoshi and his friends on the island saved baby Mario and his brother's ass.
So you think that's canon?
I think that's canon. There's no fucking way that Yoshi's going to take that kind of shit from a baby that he saved. Not at all. I don't believe it.
Do you think that Yoshi is the same Yoshi or a different Yoshi?
Well, he was one of them because there were several. You know how like on Yoshi's Island where every single time you beat a level, like,
they pass him off. There's like blue ones and red ones.
Another one, yeah, blue ones, pink ones, orange ones. You know, there had to have been like Yoshi, like in there at some point.
But Super Mario World, which is canon, you get those little egg Marios, the little baby Yoshis, the different colors, and when you feed them stuff, they have to eat enough stuff to grow. And then if you eat the star, it grows instantly.
I'm gonna say that's a plot hole.
You're saying it's a plot hole.
Okay, so if Mario did that, then he would be an asshole that wasn't grateful to the kind that made it so he could live.
All right, so Jenna, let me explain to you about Italian.
Is that the kind of asshole level that we're dealing with Mario?
Let me explain to you about Italian culture, okay? They believe in equal rights. They believe in equal rights and equal lefts, okay? They will absolutely. It's an Italian thing. Hey, forget about it.
No, because like you can't do family like that.
It's a family thing.
You can't like, okay, listen, because he saved him, he's technically family, okay? So he can't do family like that. So I refuse to believe that Mario is that much of an asshole.
He is a plumber, okay? Have you ever met a plumber that wasn't shady?
I've never even met a plumber.
You've never met a plumber?
No, I haven't.
You've never had any plumbing
How many plumbers do you know, Charles? How many
dozens.
plumbers?
There's a lot of plumbers in Charles' world.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
A lot of plumbers.
Are they anything like Mario?
Yes, they all have the same exact build. They all look like Captain Lou Albano. They have that same body type, just this big gorilla of a man. They all wear overalls because, there's a lot of like...
Does he tell you if you do drugs, you're going to go to hell before you die?
If you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. That's one of my favorite promos I've ever seen.
Serious as shit.
Oh, it's so good. It's such a good promo. He says you can talk to your rabbi, your priest, your friend, your neighbor, your mom, your dad, your teacher, you're this to that. And he says if you do drugs, you go to hell before you die. And you just see that look. And there's like a beat.
Serious.
There's like one little beat that goes, you go to hell before you die. Please. He says please. It's like, so great.
How could you not listen to that pleading? That's a plead right
and
there.
That's I don't think that's a 30-second spot. It might even be 15-second spot. Just like this quick interstitial bumper. And he's so stone cold serious. Because I'm sure by the point that he's doing Mario, he would have seen a lot of wrestlers. I don't know if you know this, Jenna, but the shelf life, the lifespan of a wrestler is...
not very long.
Well, things don't go well for the boys. You know, sometimes it's stuff, you know, like Adrian Adonis was in some kind of bad car wreck. Stuff like that.
When it comes down to
bad stuff.
When you and if people go like the drug route, which a lot of them have,
yeah,
or even just the other way of game ending themselves, the reason why is because of all the shit that they put their body through and all their bone pain, their joint pain, surgeries. All of that pain, that physical pain will lead them to numb themselves. So no, it's not. It's not a great road for a lot of these wrestlers, you know?
Yeah.
Pretty sad. You know what else it said?
Said it was like having a car crash every night. All right, go ahead, Jenna. What else?
Awful.
Segway is out of this bit.
What's
We're gone to hell before we died.
Into it. Do you know what Mario would not have ever done?
What would Mario never do?
He would have never had somebody drink their own piss.
Oh, come on, Jenna. Would you drink some piss for me? I'm doing the finger thing. You know, where you put the two fingers together and you make that little oopsie face. Oh, please.
We
for
almost,
please.
Just to preface this, we almost had somebody on the podcast who recently came out to be really interesting in the way of what they're into sexually. And we kind of, here's the thing. If you've ever heard of Salvo pancakes.
I'd have them on right now. I don't care, Jenna. I'd have them on right now. We'll talk to them.
I know you would.
Piss. I'd love it. I'd love to hear every crazy story, every detail. Tell me everything because it's so funny.
It's not even the piss. I guess there was poop statues too.
Wait, what?
I haven't looked into it. I guess he coerced some girl to make statues. Jenna, I don't know. Girls make their own. You make your own decision. Okay, like I used the wrong word. If you're going to make statues out of your own poop, you're making that conscious decision by yourself. Because I went through this. I talked about this recently with my boyfriend. I was like, listen, there's a lot to unpack there when you're talking about making a poop statue. Because how are you not already completely out after you're picking up it out of the toilet?
You put a gun to my head. A physical gun to my head.
Take it out of the toilet. Let the water drip a little bit. Lay it on like a bathroom counter or table or whatever, and then there's a lot involved with that. So you're making the conscious decision yourself. So you're not actually coerced into that. That's you're committed at that point. You're taking it out of the toilet. You're committed at that point. So apparently, Salvo, who used to co-host the Keemstar show, he was a kind of like a troll,
hilarious guy.
He did a lot of hilarious stuff, and I liked Salvo a lot. But with all, if you're into pee and you're into weird sex stuff, that's on. I don't care. I don't care if you're into that.
Let it be known that Salvo's into some pee.
You like pee. If you're into pee poo poo.
Yeah, so you can hang with pee guys, but poo poo guys, whoa.
No, if you're into that kind of stuff, I don't want to know about it. That's you. You keep that behind closed doors. You do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care about that.
Funny that he convinced somebody to drink pee.
And you're funny,
she shouldn't have done it. Why would a gal?
He did not force her to drink pee. She did that herself.
To my head will not convince me to drink pee, to play with poo.
No, nobody's going to convince me to do this. And let me start by saying this girl said that she was mentally ill. Okay, listen, I don't care how mentally ill you are. If you're willing to do that, then you probably shouldn't be on the internet unsupervised if you want to make it about I'm so mentally ill that I'm disabled.
Mentally ill people that need their phones taken away.
But if you're drinking piss because somebody made you, nobody made you did it yourself. Okay. So there's a lot of girls that came out and said Salvo this, Salvo that, and I would also like to let you know that, he was very, very openly married. He talked about his wife.
I didn't know he was married.
You didn't know? How did you not know?
He never told me.
Okay, so
it never came up.
You shouldn't have drank the pee, Charles. What the fuck?
Listen, you drink a little pee, you make a little poop statue. What are you gonna do? Huh?
Did you make a Ninja Turtle poop statue?
Well, Jen, I made a boomerang and I threw it and it came back to me.
So it's like he was married. The wife was she's okay. I'll just say it, like, she's out of his league. Okay, she's gorgeous, and he was very open about that. And these girls that were part of, like, I don't know, some Discord group, they got all obsessed with them, and they were kind of thinking like,
well, like I said, Salvo's not a bad looking dude.
He's gonna leave his
He's
wife
a funny
for
guy.
me. No, you're stupid. He's not gonna leave his wife for you. You're some bitch on Discord.
Like,
I don't have any sympathy for that. I have zero sympathy for that.
I think Salvo is going to absolutely bounce back from this thing.
Okay, I thought that too. But then some doxing started happening, and that's where I'm fine with people. If you want to be a sex weirdo, but you're funny, that's fine. But when you start doxing, that's kind of where I feel like that's my limit.
Don't do that.
That's
Salvo.
my limit. He doxed Keemstar's girlfriend Brantley, who she's lovely and sweet. But here's part of the thing that makes that extra bad for Salvo is he doxed her, but he had signed like an NDA with the Keemstar show.
Right. They was
saying,
and he
Salvo released her real name.
Show, right? Keemstar and Salvo hosted some kind of show. Yes. Not as good a show as Real Weird Sickos, one of these cool.
Nothing is.
One of these podcasts out here, My Lord. Somebody else doing a podcast. But, Keemstar is, what was the drama hour? He's like a drama guy. And so him and Salvo would host this little show. What would they do on the show? Would they just talk trash about people?
Talk show, and part of it, I didn't get a lot of it because it was very, very specific, small community drama. There was some of it I understood, but there's a lot of it that I didn't. Because it's not
if I started talking about the open gaming license, the OGL, and the SRD, not all this like specific game crap.
No, not even that. I'm talking about specific people who are on Discord and they have like 50 followers on Twitter.
Oh man, a 50 follower Twitter account.
People that you just
most
have
popular
never
man in the
heard
world.
Of, and they're talking about people that just like they're not really content creators. You've never heard of them.
There's a guy named Bugman.
He was getting into all this drama.
Bugman makes me laugh every day.
Keem was
Go
getting
follow
in all.
Bugman.
Oh, Jesus Christ! He said he didn't even know Bugman. So he was getting into all this drama, and then Salvo was just kind of like the funny guy going to stir up the community. He went to the Deaf Noodles roast battle
that's right.
thing.
That was Salvo's thing. Salvo would go and fuck with Deaf Noodles. Yeah. And there was an incident where, so it's some kind of live comedy show, and Deaf Noodles rushes out on stage and knocks Salvo off the stage. Like it didn't look good. Like it looked a lot more violent than it should have. Like, why would you do that at a comedy show? Some kind of roast or something?
Yeah. It was at a really small, like, Def's office has like the small, tiny little stage venue. It's somewhere I think in Hollywood.
Proud Bugman, that's the guy's name.
I was gonna go. Jesus Christ.
You guys funny as shit.
I was gonna go to that roast, but a friend of the show, Vince Vintage. We've had him.
Oh, I love Vince. Vince is so good. Everybody knows Vince.
He was gonna go too, and he texted me earlier that day and said something about there was some guy that was one of Deaf Noodles' friends or coworkers or whatever, somebody that he has employed, that was talking about like maybe bringing a gun to the event because he was tweeting Salvo back and forth, and it was like, I don't know what the fuck this is. So we were talking about it, and let me also say that it was the hottest weekend in California. Like that whole weekend was the hottest weekend of the year. So it was like 100 plus in LA. So
you're thinking it's a do the right thing where everybody gets a little on edge.
Yeah, the venue probably comfortably holds 20 people, but they were like cramming 60, 70, 80, 90 people in there. And that just does not look fun. So it was like, you know what? Not going to that shit. No, thank you. I don't want to possibly die or end up questioned by police about something that happened. I would just rather not even for the meme. But Salvo went, he committed to the meme. He took a limo.
He took a limo?
He took a limo. He live streamed his way over there.
He was so fucking funny, man.
He was doing all of this stuff that was
That's what
crazy.
I'm saying.
He's find out he's dude. A little crazy himself.
He's gonna bounce back. This guy, he's gonna have more girls drinking piss. I feel like the drinking piss and the poop statues, this is barely round one. Salvo is gonna get into such deeper and crazier shit that everybody's gonna have to talk about. That's the kind of feller that Salvo is. He just seems like that kind of guy. Like he's not going to be
the
knocked
doxing
down.
thing. I'm sorry, but the
doxing thing's
I can't
bad.
get past that.
You know, that's not cool. He shouldn't have done that. It's bad.
No,
it's not good. Got to disavow that. Disavow that Salvo did that. Disavow.
Other than that,
funny shit. Showed up in a limo.
I guess he pissed off a lot of people. He shook up that whole side of the community, but it's pretty much done for him now. Anything that pops out from that end of the community from YouTube that he was sprouting out of, like he's done there. If he went off to some other corner and did something, he might be okay. But this isn't Salvo's first run with actually trying to start something. He's started podcasts before. He went to high school with Jake and Logan Paul. He was friends with them.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember him telling us that, yeah.
So there was all of that. And actually, I know it was like there's a weird pause because I was looking at a text message. Hold on. So like speaking of that, Logan Paul was also this week, he was in some hot water. A lot of hot water.
Oh, I feel like it's not just hot water. There were some beans in that water as well.
Oh yeah,
he was taking on a certain what did Zilla stand for? Lizard. It was a certain coffee lizard.
Coffeezilla.
Yeah, Coffeezilla. Our guy Coffeezilla.
Yes. So he.
Yeah, tell me everything.
Explain what you know, and then I'll.
All right,
explain
here's what
I
know. Okay. Coffeezilla is a YouTuber. He's not a bad looking guy. He's a funny guy. He's got that crazy. Whatever you call that After Effects-y Unreal Engine set. He's got that going on. He does like scam stuff. So it's a little more specific than so like Kudos does the scandal stuff.
Yes. Many scandals.
Many scandals.
Great series.
Coffeezilla, he does like scams and schemes and really drills down on all these like weird crypto dudes. Yeah, he's really gone hard on the crypto dudes.
NFT bros, they don't like him.
Oh, the crypto guys. Like that who's that jabroni with the bad haircut and the ugly girlfriend that scammed billions of dollars?
There's a bunch of them that did that.
Well, she's got the glasses and buck teeth, and like this guy, he drove like a really shitty car, and he talked like this. Hi, I didn't mean to do all this. I'm sorry. I didn't think this was such a scam, and it was the biggest scam ever. Oh man, FTX. Coffeezilla had a bunch of stuff about the FTX butthole. But then he had this Logan Paul stuff. You know, WWE superstar Logan Paul was involved in some sort of a, I think the word is a rug pull, right?
Yes.
I think that's what it is. There's whales and guppies and rug pulls and
pump and dumps and
pump
rug
and
pulls.
dumps. Gotta do a little pumping and dumping. You know what I mean? No.
Like I'm not super
pump and dumping.
Well versed in this stuff. I do know a little bit, but basically it was another.
You take your money from fart bucks and then you reinvest in cum coin. Then you take your cum coins and you invest that into shit dollars. Now, when you take your shit dollars
and you promote that to your millions of fans in order to scam them and take money from them. So essentially, that's what Logan was allegedly doing. I'm gonna have to say allegedly, but
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna let you say this.
So
what did Logan Paul do exactly? What did he exactly? What can we confirm for sure that he did? Because if you're gonna stand there, Jenna, and you're gonna tell me that Logan Paul did not, in front of 100,000 people at WrestleMania, defeat The Miz in a battle to the clash of the Titans right there in front of everybody. Logan Paul, WWE superstar, jumping through the air, dropping the elbow. You're telling me that was fake?
Okay, so listen. He responded to Coffee.
Okay.
He made a response video to Coffee. What was it? 2 days ago? 2 or 3 days ago, he made a response video
of Logan Paul dressed as Coffee.
He was parodying Coffee, with the white shirt and the black suspenders.
As you do. If somebody's talking shit about me, then they would have to put on the mask and be exaggerated and go off on weird tangents.
Yep, there you go. So he did that. He responded, and last night, it was discovered that he deleted that video response.
Oh.
And then
the internet, remember.
I know. So he issued a statement,
There's
I guess, on
of it.
some Discord. He issued something on some Discord talking about that, the way that he went about it was wrong. And he actually, I guess he called Coffee. And wow. What a start. What a first week of the year.
Logan Paul got his hand caught in the cookie jar.
Yeah.
Trying to take some cookies, and thought he was going to, snark his way out of it.
And then punched himself in the dick immediately afterwards.
Doing some mockery of Coffeezilla, and thought it was going to work, that it was all going to be over and done with. Like, I'm going to be Logan Paul, WWE superstar. Look at me. And then he ended up looking like a bitch, just like Andrew Tate. Tater, you want to talk about look like a bitch?
We need to talk about Andrew Tate. So,
Tater.
our boy,
Tater's done. Tater's done.
He's so done.
And he's done in a way that Salvo and Logan Paul are not done. Like Logan Paul and Salvo are they're gonna continue to do some things. I think Tater is looking at least 10 years. If not more.
They're going to make an example out of him. I think he's going to get more. So he was busted in Romania. He had all of his Bugattis seized.
Bugattis. My Bugattis.
And tell them how it happened. Unless people don't know how it happened.
Well, it involves pizza, so I'm instantly interested. All right. Exactly. So there's that autistic girl that nobody likes, Greta Thunberg. That's how I'm going to describe her. She's the climate girl who says, "How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you take our future? You wanted to eat your hamburgers. How dare you? I wipe my ass using fresh leaves. How dare you?" I don't know what she said exactly. I just remember saying, "How dare you?" She's some kind of climate crony.
Something around.
And she's, clearly like special needs or something. Like, who cares? Who cares? Whatever. Just let her do her thing and yell in front of people.
But she got him.
Oh, she not only got him, she absolutely torched his ass. So what happened was he was talking shit about it. "So Greta, look at me and my Bugattis. I am Andrew Tater. I am the coolest guy in the world."
He said, "I own 33 cars and there is a lot of emissions.
Yeah.
And it's really, really bad." So he was basically
my understanding
just
that Tater lived next to an airport and that all those cars was part of some business that was like renting them. So that's what I've heard. I don't know if that's the real story.
It'll come out. It'll all come out.
There was also the rumor that a lot of those cars were like some Sultany type of dudes from what's that place? The Sex and the City girls went there in the second movie. Dubai. That's right. They went to Dubai. I could have said that it's the place where they jump cars from one building to the other in that Fast and the Furious movie, but no. I went there for Sex and the City 2, Blood on the Sand.
Everything from how exactly he's acquired his wealth and the state of all the 33 cars is going to it's going to be public on if they were like for rentals, that it's going to come out. Everybody's going to know about it.
Yeah. So what had happened was Andrew Tater, this guy who just talks mad shit on TikTok. He's a TikToker, and he's got a British accent, and he's very weird about it, about the words that he accents and hits. Like, he'll say "bottle of water" in like the weirdest way I've ever heard someone say "bottle of water."
The funniest bit I saw of him, and he wasn't joking, but it was fucking funny as shit. He was like, "I don't understand. If you're a man, you just don't drink a bottle of water. You drink the whole bottle of water. You don't hold a bottle of water. You drink You drink your bottle of water.
I've been thirsty enough to drink a whole bottle of water.
He's like basically saying that if you don't drink a whole bottle of water in one go, then you're not a man.
So he posted a video smoking cigars, bragging about his cars, as he often does.
In his Versace robe, silk robe.
You know, he's just talking mad shit about Greta Thunberg, the how dare you girl. And so she responds by saying that it was something about you can email me at smalldickenergy at, butthole.com, something dumb like that.
Something like that, yeah.
And, 12 hours later, Tater decides to respond to that with a video where he's eating pizza. Bring me my pizza, woman.
And don't recycle the cardboard.
Yeah, and don't recycle the cardboard. And he's trying to explain that that Andrew Greta had small dick energy, that it was her email and not his.
He's like, I don't understand. Why are you a girl and you got a small dick? I don't get it.
Yeah.
He didn't get the joke.
How dare he say that women can't have dicks, okay? Number one, that's transphobia. Andrew Tate's canceled, okay? Done.
Yes.
Done. Done. Done.
Canceled.
Done.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Tater says that, and immediately, within an hour, Romanian police descend on him. The rumor going around was that it was over the pizza, that was a local chain pizza on the video.
He doxed himself with pizza.
Yeah, and everybody said, well, that's not true, and the authorities denied it, but it's like...
It goes to show you, Charles.
As for me and Grandpa, we believe. We believe.
What you love the most can destroy you.
Oh,
you love pizza the most. And maybe Andrew Tate loved pizza the most, and it destroyed him.
Andrew Tate would often... I've seen video of Andrew Tate talking shit about eating pizza. How pizza is a disgusting food. Do not eat
it's not.
pizza.
He can fuck right off. It's fucking delicious.
There's a lot of things that Andrew Tate has said that are wildly, hilariously wrong. I follow him on Twitter because he's such a bastard and such an awful person. It's like, I have to see. I want to see everything this prick posts. I got to see it all. 100% of it. If this guy tweets at 3 a.m., I farted. I want to read it because it's so stupid. That here's this guy.
It's like
this character.
It's like reading him and Elon tweets are like fucking hilarious.
Yeah. See, Elon's actually managed to like have some real dough. I don't know what's going on. Like what? So he got busted by the Romanian authorities. They descended on him because he had like warrants and stuff out for these webcam houses. Because he had called into podcasts and interviews talking about how his setup with these webcam girls, and it's sounded very shady and sketchy to me. Not necessarily the sort of thing that's not my expertise. I don't know exactly what he's doing. I don't know exactly what the Romanian laws are. It sure reads to me in the news that Andrew Tate has done some things he probably shouldn't have done.
You think?
I think he may go away for a long time.
I think he's going to be made an example of. So
if he's such a character, I don't know. He might weasel his way out of it. He could be a weasel. He could weasel his way out.
I don't believe it because
there are many ways to cook a tater. You could
you know who else they're looking for, and I don't know if they found him or not. They were actually looking for David Miscavige, the leader of Scientology. He was actually they were looking to serve him papers for kind of the same thing. Not kind of exactly like Andrew Tate, but something human traffic related. Yeah.
Was like keeping passports and like not letting people leave.
Yeah,
it's like once you go into the Scientology building, you don't come out like who was that journalist that went in somewhere? He was like he had to get some papers or something, and he goes into a place and his wife sat in the car waiting, and like he never came back out. And then it come out later that they chopped him up, like they got rid of him.
Jesus Christ!
I can't attest. It might have been Afghanistan or somewhere. It was one of these foreign countries.
That you can go into a Scientology building and walk out, because I did that a couple of months ago. So that does happen. And I
would go in a Scientology building. I would become an OT9. I don't care. I'll tell you all about Xenu. I'll walk in and tell them about Xenu. I know more about Xenu than they do.
Oh, it's
I'm a
it's
Xenu
scary.
export.
It's actually very scary.
That's what I am. I'm such an export. I'm an export, Jenna.
I wanted to take a picture of the bust of L. Ron Hubbard, the bronze bust.
Was he very busty?
It was just a bust. And it was like his head and his chest, and it was big, and it was bronze, and it was the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen. But I didn't.
God,
I wasn't gonna. There's cameras everywhere. This was at the Scientology Celebrity Center. We were going to go to the big blue main building,
the one that looks kind of like
LA.
It's kind of like a pyramid-y shape. That one.
It's not pyramid-y. It's a
Which
big
one?
blue.
Maybe
building.
I'm thinking of the Bass Pro Shop.
You're thinking of the Bass Pro Shop. You are.
Whoopsie daisy.
Oh my god. No, seriously.
I haven't slept in 11 days, Jenna.
Are you 17?
No, I'm not 17.
No, it's like the big blue one is the main one. The Scientology Celebrity Center is it's a little bit fancier. Looks fancy. It's in a little bit of a better part of LA.
I'm sure they have that Chick-fil-A, like someone has beat these people into being like super duper weird nice, where it's like,
well,
something's a little off-putting.
Okay, so we were gonna go into the main blue one. We were kind of just walking around across the street around the building, and then there was like a security guy on his bike that was kind of following us, and I just didn't like it. The vibe was just not there. I'm like, I don't really want to go in there to go buy a book. And they had like these little signs on the outside that had the QR codes and, oh, come on in.
See,
and it was like,
there were all those commercials that would run on TV. They would send you the Dianetics book.
Yeah. Well, they do that. Like if we did look at that QR code, and it was basically like linking you to the Scientology 24-hour like infomercial network that they have.
Oh God.
And then there was signs that just come on in, see what we're about. Come on in. And it was like, oh, no. So I didn't want to go to the blue building. So we went across town towards Hollywood to the Celebrity Center building. It's called the Scientology Celebrity Center.
Yeah.
So we go
Giovanni
in.
Ribisi or any of the other like celebrities.
Okay, I'll tell you what we saw. So
everybody remembers Giovanni Ribisi. He's the guy who knocked up. She's the one that played the mom on. She played the mom on the 70s show.
He was on the Boiler Room.
Friends. They were on Friends. He was the one that knocked up his sister, Phoebe.
But he was on Boiler Room.
That was the storyline.
He was on the movie. He was in Boiler Room.
Boiler Room. Yeah, he's Boiler Room.
He's Boiler Room. So
yeah.
No, we didn't see anybody. This is what we did see. The same signs were outside the Scientology Celebrity Center building, right?
Yeah.
The come on in and the same QR code. So it's like,
very
okay,
welcoming, it'd be our pleasure. Come have some Chick-fil-A.
To where they have their little parking lot and you're on their grounds and there's a security guard that stops you. He's really nice.
Hi there.
And he goes,
hold it.
Yeah, but in a way it was nice, but it was also a what the hell do you want kind of nice. I can't explain that. So he calls somebody else to get somebody else to come and retrieve us from the parking lot.
Does he have like one of those shoulder walkie-talkies?
Yes. Very, very, very.
I don't know why. I don't know why a shoulder walkie-talkie is the dorkiest thing in the world.
He did that, but then he called. But then he got on his phone and he called this woman to come up, and she was probably no more than like 25 years old.
She have a clipboard? Was she way too perky?
No, she was wearing like
little jean jacket, not quite corduroy.
No. She was dressed like she was dressed like a stewardess, like a flight attendant. Okay. That's the best way that I can describe that. And she comes and she gets us, and she was very, very nice and very, very friendly. It took a while for her to come and get us from the parking lot. I will say it took a little while.
Just stand there and talk to that security guard for a while. So you do a lot of security, buddy?
Yeah. So it's just, I didn't do much of the talking. I let my boyfriend do the talking because this was not my idea, and I did not want to do this. I was literally freaking out the whole time.
What's it like guarding the Celebrity Center? What's that for?
Yeah, it was shit like that. Like it was just like I wanted to just die.
You playing Call of Duty? You ever play Call of Duty? I like Call of Duty.
So we go. She comes and she gets us, and she walks us through this area where they have like a cafe out in front, and there's all these people, maybe like about 6 people outside sitting at tables, studying and talking to each other and stuff like that. It just seemed really off. There was something like,
did you see Tom Cruise? That's
no, we didn't see Tom Cruise. So
He's the guy.
and let me say, the property was like pristine. There wasn't a lot of people there at all.
So it's like a bank or like
it was extremely well manicured,
like a bank
and
a hospital combined.
Not even no, not even. There was not a single leaf that's fallen from the trees like out of place, like on the ground.
I always hate that feeling of walking into a bank where it's every step echoes. Like the floor is way too reflective.
This was like no, it wasn't like that. This was like at a hotel. The best way that I could describe it is you're walking into a hotel that's been there for like 70 years, but it's still in really good it's in good condition, and it's really pristine, and it just has that really weird, eerie feeling. That's the best way that I can describe it.
Forever and ever and ever.
We walk in, and they walk us down this hall into like this little, what looks like a living room. It's got like these old timey, like what looks like couches from like the 1920s and a TV. And then
L. Ron Hubbard wanted it.
Yeah. So we walk in, and she wants us to fill out visitor cards. And so I'm thinking to myself, you're not fucking getting my real name, suck my dick. So I'm putting like all this fake shit on there.
Filter snatch up.
So
I always write in filter snatch up. Oh man,
I can't remember
that makes me laugh so hard. Filter snatch
what
up.
I put
in Nicholas Gers and tell everybody just call me Nick, but you got to say my full name.
So I don't put my real name down.
Okay.
My boyfriend, who's very genius, puts his name down. Maybe not his last name, but his first name, which is already too much.
He's like Cher, though. He's one of those guys that like you write that name down, everybody knows who that is.
And so let me mind you, there are cameras everywhere. You could see them outside. They're hidden, but you can see them. They're outside. They're all over the building. So I don't feel comfortable actually saying anything to him. So I'm texting him. I was like, why are you putting down your real name? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I'm just sitting there. And he was like, well, I didn't put down my last name. And I was like, yeah, no. Like I wouldn't have done that.
You're the most famous dude in the world. Everybody knows who you are.
No, but if he's not, but like it's an easy Google search, okay?
Right,
so,
that's
like,
what I mean. I mean,
So we're sitting there, and they want to sit us down to watch a video, and my whole alarms are just going off. Like, I don't feel at ease. The lady goes into this back room. This one guy comes out, collects our visitor cards from her, and he goes back into another room where you could see that he's on a laptop. Okay. I'm freaking out because I'm thinking he's probably looking us up. Like, there's no doubt. Like, these people are paranoid. They're paranoid, and they have a huge reputation for being paranoid. So I'm freaking out thinking that they can find him. They can't find me because I didn't give him a real name, and I ain't famous. So like, they're not going to find me. They got facial
recognition service. They just look at the picture. They look at you and go, "All right, let's see. Oh yes, no changes." And they pull up the video.
Well, yeah, they can pull up a video that I made, but like if they did that, but I'm more freaked out for him. So I'm not at ease. Like my whole inside of me.
You're like one of those cats when all their hairs stand up at the same time.
I did. I was like that. I was genuinely freaking out. I have never freaked out so much in my life. I was genuinely freaking out. So I look outside at the window, and where we walked up were that patio where the cafe and the people, they were sitting there talking, right? I look outside to that area, and there's nobody there anymore.
Like a Twilight Zone episode.
They're just gone, as if they were planted there.
Like actors.
I told him, I said, I just texted him.
Get the fuck out of here, buddy.
That's what I was like, we need to go. I said, I can't do this. We need to go. We need to leave. Like, I'm freaking out. I'm squeezing his hand like hard, like to the point where like the ends of his fingers are turning white and purple. I mean, I'm not even fucking playing at this point.
Ready to get the fuck out.
So he says, oh, I just got a text from my friend because we're flying out. He wants to meet us up now. Thank you for your time. And then he was like, oh, I'll buy Dianetics.
Yeah.
And so he's pulling out one of his bank cards and one of his credit cards, which it's got his whole fucking name on it. No, right?
Don't give him all your information.
So he just like sticks the card back in and said, "Oh, well, this is I don't know if Canadian banks are going to work out here. We'll pay cash."
Excellent move. Excellent move.
I'm dying.
I love it. The Artful Dodger. The Artful Dodger. So brilliant.
The guy that was in the back on the laptop says, "Oh, when I walk you out, can I just give you like a quick tour?" And I'm like, "Oh, Jesus Christ." Well, we got like, he walks us down this one hall where there's all of these, like, there's like a story on a wall. Like, it's like Disneyland, but way more fucked up. You know, when you walk down like a castle and they're like telling you the story of Cinderella and like Sleeping Beauty and shit. This was like Scientology. So it was kind of fucked up.
So
that's
what's
what it
the
reminded
story?
me of.
What was it? L. Ron Hubbard like at orgies with Zach Parsons and Aleister Crowley?
I don't know, because we had to go through it really, really quickly, and it was a blur. And that's when I came out and I saw that there was one person in the lobby, this woman that had way too many fillers. So I don't know if she was actually famous or not, because she looked a little fucked up, but she could have been famous. And then I look outside, and all of those people that were sitting in front of the cafe were back sitting outside in front of the cafe, but one person was different. Yes. So we're leaving, and I'm freaking the fuck out. I was like, that was scary. And he goes, "What was so scary about it? We could have like actually stayed for the tour." And I was like, they were Googling you. I have a feeling they were Googling you. And so we sit down, we have dinner right after that. And he goes, "Well, I mean, you could Google my first name, but I'm not going to show up." And I literally get on my phone and I just hit Google, and I Google his first name. And then I just like the first images that pop up, and I stick my phone in his face. And I said, "Oh, yeah? Yeah? Huh?"
That's what I'm saying. He's like Cher.
What is that again?
He's like Cher
and he was
or
like,
Bono. Like you type in Bono, you know.
So I was like, "You're on their shit." I'm pretty sure that he's on their shit list now.
But you got the Dianetics book.
Yeah, we did. From the Celebrity Center. It's the
I
best
might have
souvenir ever.
My old Dianetics book somewhere around here.
Yeah, but you didn't get yours from the Scientology Celebrity Center, so eat my ass.
I got mine through the mail in the 90s. Actually, my mother got it in the 90s, and I think
really?
I still have it. Yeah.
Really? From one of those commercials?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
wow.
Like, we'll send you the book for free. And L. Ron Hubbard is such a fascinating character. Like like the story about him. It was him, Zach Parsons. I think that was the feller's name. I might be confused. It was Zach Parsons. He was like the rocket scientist that was doing the roofing job and come up with the idea for like the sticky rocket fuel. A real fascinating cat too. Him, Zach Parsons, and Aleister Crowley, who was the like how to even begin to describe what Aleister Crowley was. Con man might be the best way to describe him.
But the head of the Church of Satan. And he was.
I don't think he was involved with the Church. Satan was. He was he at that time? It was Thaumasia was his thing.
It was something.
They did a lot of satanic orgies.
It was satanic.
So you're thinking Anton LaVey. Anton LaVey was the Church of Satan.
Who did L. Ron? It was Anton that L. Ron Hubbard cucked.
I think it was Aleister Crowley.
It was Aleister Crowley. He did cuck Aleister Crowley.
But Aleister Crowley probably was standing there watching. They would have orgies.
No. He stole him. He was working for Aleister Crowley. He was working for Aleister
L. Ron
Crowley.
had this big yacht, and they would go have like sex parties on this boat.
Yeah.
It's like
he was working for him at the time. That's how he found out about starting your own religion. He did, and he cucked him. He stole his woman and ran off with her and married her and had a kid with her. That's how that happened.
It's like the Conan the Barbarian thing: to cuck your enemies, see them driven before you, and to start your own religion.
Seriously though, but that's how it happened. It's funny because it's just like how it's all connected. You know how everything is connected is just. Yeah, it's crazy.
And Aleister Crowley was the Allies' official. I'm trying to remember what his title was because he was appointed as like the official mystic of the Allies by Churchill. That was a real thing because Churchill found out that the Nazis were into the occult, and he's like, "Well, get me the best occult man in London." And it just happened to be Aleister Crowley.
Best occult man in London. I bet he finishes the bottle. Whoa.
Get me the best occult man in London.
You know what I need? I need a nice cold bottle of water because we've been at it for a while. This was our first episode of 2023.
Yes, season 3.
Real
Weird Sickos.
This is season 3. We do have some really excellent guests.
Podcasting.
We do a lot of podcasting, and we have a lot of excellent guests lined up for this year, so you don't want to miss it. And we're ready to fucking go.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Real Weird Sickos.
We need to let Charles go to sleep.
No. Jenna, I could turn around right now and record 5 more podcasts, do a live stream, tweet out 1,000 memes every 10 seconds,
So we're going
Instagram,
11 days. Then we're going 11 days and 25 minutes.
Go for 12. 12 days. 12 days.
Fucking go. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Real Weird Sickos on Twitter. Real Weird Sickos Podcast. YouTube.com/Real Weird Sickos Podcast. Everybody like and subscribe. You can find Jenna. She's Dojen. It's Dojen Goals. I'm Charles Kahn, the masked bastard. All right, everybody. Goodbye. I love you all. Goodbye.
Mwah.